How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the skins this week, and for anyone that's new, these are the top recommended skins for this week. That does not mean all of these skins will make it in. Only 8 have a chance to get in every week, so check back in on Thursday to see which of these made it in. Of course, it could be something that wasn't on this list too, so, that could always throw us off into a different direction. One way or another, we've got some cool skins to start with, and we've got some burlap sets for you this week, starting with the Salvage body bag burlap set by Eben right here. And as you can see, it's kind of got like this cloth to it, and I don't know if that's blood. There's some soaked red in there. And then there's these body bag pieces that it was made out of. That's definitely blood on there. And yeah, you've got all sorts of duct tape and so forth going on. Definitely a really nice look for a burlap set. I know a lot of people run around in it early on, so hey, definitely could be quite cool. And hey, it's a darker color, so it would help blend in. Speaking of blending in, our other burlap set comes into blending into the snow. This is the Arctic burlap set. And yeah, as you can see here, it has all sorts of kind of like blues and browns that you would kind of see mixed into that white of the snow. And yeah, it also has kind of like a dirt to it as well. It is early tier, so it's supposed to look kind of messy. Definitely really well done. I could see a lot of people liking this for some burlap early on skins. If that wasn't camo enough for you for the snow, we've got the white Out Hoodie and pants set for you. And it's pretty much the same thing as the blackout set, as you would imagine. It is the reversed colors kind of thing going on. So you've got some grays mixed in with various different shades of white. So yeah, that's what you got going on there. There's usually some kind of red or something poked into the set, but it looks like this time nothing like that made it in. It is purely just white and grays. Next up, we've got something on the crazy side, and this is a really cool looking radiation set by Duck. And yeah, it looks like this person was wearing frog boots and then merged with them or something. It's pretty crazy. There's all sorts of pustules and so forth going on. The sculpting is amazing here. I mean, there's scales and all sorts of stuff going on. Open pustules, and it's crazy. There's even a zipper sewn in there and a little patch heart. There's just a lot going on with this. You even got little like spikes going down the back all the way through the hoodie even. And it's just altogether really awesome looking set. Next, we've got something kind of bright but tactical. This is the red Tidal Hoodie set by Teddy. And yeah, it's got all sorts of red stripes and tears going through it. And then kind of a nice little tactical kind of look to the rest of the set of it. Definitely not the most tactical colors to say, but hey, a lot of people love this kind of stuff and don't mind standing out in a raid. So hey, there you go. Definitely would be perfect for that. Next, we've got the Angry Lumberjack hoodie and pants, and last week, the high qual set didn't make it into the video, so go check it out in that list, and it's basically, it kind of makes you look like a beaver, and it's pretty hilarious. So here you've got kind of like the beaver fur going on around. There's a little beaver logo. The rest is kind of just this, plaid and jean lumberjack kind of thing going on. Definitely quite hilarious. You even have a beaver tail back there. You gotta love this. It's definitely got some great humor behind the set. Next, as we got the Roadsign gloves added, it looks like we've got a redesign of the Phantom boot. So hey, maybe they'll have a chance to get in and you can complete that set finally. So here you go, and yeah, it's got some nice little details. It's been kind of sectioned off more into separate areas, and I think that kind of makes it look a little bit nicer, more. It definitely, I would say, breaks it up nicely. There we go. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Next up, we've got some more Roadsign gloves for you for the Apocalyptic Night set. This was a very popular set when it came out, so I could see these gloves doing quite well to help finish that set off. It has all that same kind of punk vibe going on with it, with the pinks and purples going on, that hard steel and junk look, and yeah, it's got all sorts of anarchy and skull vibes going on here. Definitely would be a top seller, as the set was. Next, we've got another continuation of the Roadsign gloves and a kilt to go along with the high qual set of this very, very popular set. This is the Corrupted Roadsign gloves and kilt, and yeah, it's got everything you could expect. It says error on the knuckles there, and then over here, same thing, error. Over here, we've got some ones and zeros and so forth. 404 not found with a big old error up there. Everything you would pretty much expect from the set. These would definitely be some top sellers if they make it in, for sure. Next, we've got a Roadside set for you. This is the Crimson Nightmare set by Moon. And yeah, it has this very kind of clean cut, I would say, outside to it, and then it has kind of this crazy going on the inside. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very nice trimmed line around it, and then you've got this kind of mix of red stripes, and then we've got all sorts of kind of like, I don't know, decals over it, and then you've got a full-on scratch that goes straight through the armor. Yep, you can see through it there, which is pretty cool. Go ahead and circle around the back here. And there we go. Next, we got a couple high-qual sets for you, starting with this one. This is the Paintball Armor Set, and this is, well, pretty much what you would expect. It made the whole set look like a paintball armor. So you've got kind of like the padding and so forth, a zipper down the middle, and so with that, you've got the, you know, kind of backpack-ish straps going on. Splatters of paintball everywhere. And then the top here, you can see it definitely looks a lot more kind of like a paintball mask. They definitely grabbed the vibe pretty well with it, I think. And unfortunately, it looks like this one was made of glass, or the plastic shattered. That's even worse, I think. But yeah, better watch out. Not the best protection for the eyes right there. Next, we've got something pretty epic on the more mystical side. This is the Golem set by Anathan, and it just has this beautiful vibe of gems and just this, I don't know, just glowing ore going on with it. I mean, look at this. It reminds me kind of a opal is the word I'm looking for. It just has all those colors, you know. Then we've got some kind of fancy little straps going on with some studded connectors. Check out the backing. See, there's kind of like a rough bit of a spine to it, but not too much overdone there. And then on the top, we've got a really cool design on the cap. And check out that face mask. Definitely a really epic looking set. And then a lot of people are going to ask, does this glow? It does not glow. So there you have that. Next up, we've got another set. This is the Beast Eater by Milo, Frito, and it is a continuation of an LR translated over onto some high qual, and I think it did pretty well. It has a very kind of like pieced together army kind of vibe going on, and it's got these kind of like armored straps even coming around the back, even more armored plating going on there, and you can see the cap also has its own set of armor plating, and then it's got some nice breathing holes with what almost looks like a fabric underneath. So there's a lot of detail really done to that there. And then the front of it is just teeth. No bottom jaw or anything, just some mad crazy teeth. Lastly, for our clothing and armor, but not least, we've got this crazy Armadillo set. This is the Armadillo armor by M Demon, and it is this crazy, I mean, this whole thing actually looks like the stomach of an armadillo. Then you've got the back of the armadillo, and you've just got this face mask. This is done really, really well. I mean, the scales look awesome and everything, and the skin, and they just did a really, really good job with it, and this is just absolutely hilarious. Next up, we've got deployables for you, starting with a couple of really cool furnaces. Over here, we've got this really friendly bear, and I'm not sure if he's here to help give you honey or steal yours. One way or another, this is the Bear Sweet Tooth Honey furnace right here. So there you go. Pretty creatively done. Looks like a little bear sitting on top of like a stump with a cloth on it. Then over here we've got something that illuminates quite crazily. This is the Dragon Horn furnace, and this thing is absolutely terrifyingly epic. I mean, the details put into this, it really does look like it's carved out of some kind of like lava stone. It's just or basalt or something. It's just really, really absolutely cool. Then over here we've got a couple boxes for you. Starting with this one over here, we've got this large electronic scoreboard box. There's a glowing and non-glowing version, so we will show you the glowing one. And yeah, it's got these really cool little details. It kind of looks like electronic scoreboard, which is the whole idea. You got the AK on this side, you've got a hammer there. Over here we've got a SAR, and over here the hatchet. At the top there's a cobalt rocket taking off. So definitely a very cool design. And the box itself is kind of like beat up and so forth, even exposed wires. Lots of nice little details put into it. Next we've got another really cool detailed box over here. This one is meant to look like a turntable. It is the Bass Drop box, obviously there. Has lots of cool glowing elements to it, and the whole thing does really look like a turntable. I think it's pretty well done without making anything look too flat with it, and pretty awesome design. Then over here we've got something a little more on the crazy side. It's got a bright crazy scrap monster face that should be familiar to you. This is the Monster Box by Andy Boo. We got the door in, so it looks like he's trying for some more deployables here, and this box is definitely crazy and kooky. You can see a lot of people digging it, for sure. Lastly, for this section here, we've got a really cool looking sleeping bag for you. This one is designed to look like the hot air balloons, and I think that's a really awesome design. It is the hot air balloon sleeping bag by Call Me Tommy. Then over here, we've got something else that's quite cool, and you looking at this right now, you might think, it's not, what is this going on? Well, you ever have those stars, the glowing stars that like you could stick to your ceiling as a kid? Or maybe they were dolphins or dinosaurs or whatever. One way or another, I think you've seen something like this before. Well, it looks like Vase went ahead and translated this to a rug to look like a bunch of the different monuments and various objects in the game. And it's really, really cool. And when we show you this at night, you'll definitely see what makes it so awesome. Moving along over here, we've got the one wooden door for you. Keep out, pro gamer, in session, do not disturb. And this is a remake, and this door has lots of good laughs on it. And down here, do not disturb, leave food, drinks beside, please, mom. That's great. And then guest rules, break these rules and you will be banned from the base. You choose the controller, they choose the controller first. No backseat gaming, do not speak unless spoken to, no swearing, mom's rule. So definitely some great humor put into that one. I could see some people rocking this one on their base for sure. Moving on, we've got a very industrial metal-looking menacing door here. This is the Devil's Den sheet metal door by Taylor. And yeah, it just has this really cool kind of cut sheet metal look to it. I could see a lot of people digging the clean but scrappy look. And as a sheet metal door should look, you know, the same on both sides. We'll just kind of show it there. Then over here, we've got a new design of the Workhart door by Frank the Fish, and this one actually has a little glowing lock down here on a digital screen, which is quite cool. We'll show you that at night. And yeah, he kind of redid the colors and more details. It's definitely a very unique and pretty awesome looking door. Over here, we've got a continuation in the retro set with this beautiful retro wave metal double door. So here you can see all the things that you would like, and of course there is a glowing version, or no glowing version you would think, but no, this is a non-glowing version. So he looks like he may be going, hey, Hulk seems to go for the non-glowing more often, so that's probably the better, you know, track right there. But who knows, maybe we'll see a glowing one in the future if this one doesn't make it. We'll just have to see. Then lastly, we've got a really cool looking garage door. It has this very industrial, fresh, military-esque look to it. And this is the Doberman security door by Victor Trigger. And yeah, this thing is just so fresh and clean. I really love the look of it. The spikes on the side, the roller even has this like great kind of detail to it. Then you've got that Doberman logo down here that they made. And yeah, it's just got this kind of dark camo. It's very clean, very nice garage door. Alright, let's take a look at those furnaces. So with Mr. Bear here, it's pretty much just your standard glow. Nothing too fancy going on. And then over here we can check this out. And yeah, the funny thing is I disabled the helicopter and I must have restarted the server without saving because it came back. So yeah, we'll fix that for next time. And like I said, the scoreboards do light up on this, which looks quite nice. Over here we've got all the little details. And see, now you guys know what I mean. And they even kind of pop up like the actual kind of like sticker on little plastic things. Sticky on. You know, because there's like the sticky part behind them that raises them off the, you know, the wall a little bit. It's just lots of detail to this, and it's just absolutely cool. And then, like I said, there is a little glow over here to the door. Just that little lock right there. Simple, yet cool. Alright, so let's jump into the last part of our video for this week. The tools and weapons. First up, we've got this epic hammer. This is the Titan Forged Hammer. This thing is just totally badass. It has a glowing and non-glowing version, so I'll show you the glow here at the end. And yeah, this hammer is just, it's really cool. It's kind of like the lava hammer that came out like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, but upgraded and epic, you know? Next, we've got something a little more on the silly side, the soap hammer. Don't drop the soap, guys. Just don't. If you don't know what that joke is, then oh well. One way or another, the soap actually really does look like soap, and it's one of those things that's very simple yet very unique. So, wanted to show this one up to you guys for sure. Next, we've got another hammer, and this is a continuation in the Prisma set by Jin. So we did just get those Prisma tools, so maybe we'll see the hammer follow suit. Next, we've got a crazy little knife for you. It's got all sorts of little graffiti eye monster things hanging out on it. This is the Bubblegum Monster by Legacy. So it looks like there's just eyes and, I don't know, mouths, and I don't even know what's going on in there. Definitely a cool knife I could see a lot of people liking with this type of stuff coming more into the game. Next, we've got a bow for you. This one has a very kind of clean, industrial kind of vibe to it. Almost kind of futury looking, but at the same time, it also has some nice wear and tear to it. It's kind of scuffed up and had some use. Definitely has some unique colors and a very cool vibe to it. Something you don't really see too often. And yeah, I think it looks really, really nice. Then we've got one other bow for you. This one also has kind of industrial vibe going on. This is the Sport Hunting Bow. And yeah, it looks like it has some eyes there judging you, or I'm not sure what those are exactly. But when you aim down the sights, it has some little arrows to help you kind of gauge where you're going to aim and, you know, how far up you're going to have to look and so forth. And again, this one has a very metal look to it, with some drilled holes there in the bottom and a nice rubber grip. Next, we've got continuation in the bamboo set with the bamboo Ioka. And man, this thing really just does look like bamboo. The whole deal with the texturing of the sculpting is just really amazingly done on here. Let's go ahead and fire off that Ioka. You gotta love how that is. And boom, there you go. Bamboo of Death. Next, we've got a python for you. And this one is quite shiny. This is the Car Paint Python by Zinc. And I know what he means by that car paint. It's like, if you've ever seen like a lot of the kind of like race cars, it has that like shiny, really overly shiny car paint vibe. And I see the same thing going on here. Aiming down the sights, it's kind of got these like unique little separate sections to it, and I think that is actually quite cool. Let's go ahead and fire it off there and pop a reload. Next, we've got a Tommy for you. This is part of the Paintball set by Firefly, and of course is therefore named the Paintball Thompson. It's got, well, as you can see, paint smeared all over it. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red painted sight, and all sorts of little paintball smears going on. Definitely something that fits more into the rusty part of the Rust world. Next, we've got some MP5s for you, starting out with this really awesome art one right here. This is the Atomic Mp5 by Slimeface. And yeah, it's got this like atomic bomb blowing up over the scenery of probably what used to be a nice forest. And you can see trees falling in the background and a big old toxic skull. The whole thing is just very, very cool. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a little neon tip, not glowing, but, you know, painted. And you can see some of that, like, I don't know, it almost looks like a skull right there in the bottom, which is quite cool. Go ahead and pop a reload. And there we have it. Next, we've got a very shiny MP5 for you. This is part of FaZe's Sapphire set. And yeah, this has got a very cool, clean vibe to it. Almost a bit of a futuristic feel. It's got a very nice looking clean grip there with this very, very shiny metal going on to it. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a little purple sight to go against that sapphire blue. Definitely a nice distinction and a very epic looking MP5. Next, we've got another one for you. I told you there's lots of MP5s. This is the Poseidon Mp5. It's a continuation in the Poseidon set. It's got that nice wooden stock and then that clean gold and black as you would expect. Go ahead and pop a reload of it there. Aiming down the sights, you've got some gold on black, as you would expect, to help you focus on those heads. And yes, it does look like that glows, but it doesn't. Remember, guys, no glow sights. Alright guys, in our last batch here, we still have another MP5 for you, and this one is all sorts of epic. Check this out. This is the Pixelation Mp5, and Samoda did an amazing job on it. I mean, you've got these almost tile-like pixels. They're extra shimmery, but they're like carved into the Mp5, and it's just something very different from what we've seen. Quite cool. You've got some more of those little like pixel tiles right there, and a green sight to aim down. Go ahead and pop a reload. There we go. Next, we've got a couple LRs for you, starting with this one. Look at that. Those snake skin scales almost look like real snake skin scales, and the gold trim is just on point with this. This thing is absolutely epic. I would love to pick this up if it made it into the game. This is one I could feel like going out and feel like, yeah, I earned this LR. It's just a really, really clean skin. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some more of those snake scales, and of course the gold trim to go with it, and a black tip. Pop a little reload there, and there you have it. Next, we've got another LR. This one's more on the artsy side, and it's got this epic artwork painted down the side of it. And this is the Legion Revolt LR by MM. And yeah, it's just got all these nice broken up details to it. You've got this kind of like steel, almost studded look to some of the sections. And aiming down the sights here, you've got some kind of crazy phase. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's the Ghost Legion guy that's painted on the side maybe, and yeah, not too much colors else going on there, but you do have a gray versus black to kind of help differentiate between the tips there. And when you reload, you go ahead and pull off his bottom jaw and pop it right back in for him to continue his screaming fear. Next, we've got another LR for you. This one is a continuation in Estivos' Stinger set. So this is, of course, the Stinger LR, and you can see there's a wasp coming down there, and he's ready to sting, and the stinger goes right into the mag. And then behind him, you can see the word stinger kind of in the, scribbled out there. Definitely has a really cool graffiti style to it. Again, not too many colors going here, but you do have the little B symbol there. Let's go ahead and pop that reload, and there you have it. Then we've got another LR. This one is the Le Tigre. There we go, Le Tigre. This is the dirty version, and yeah, I think the dirty version definitely looks quite better. It fits into rust. It still has quite a very clean-cut look to it, but it's got that kind of industrial used vibe going on as well. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some yellow on black and a big old tiger print to stare down at. Definitely a very nice-looking LR. Moving on, we've got another LR for you. I see, I told you there's quite a few. This one is on the silly side. This is the Banana King LR. And yeah, as you can see, there's this crazy monkey here, and you can go ahead and reload and feed him a banana. There you go. I mean, how do you not love that? Aiming down the sides, there's a little banana carved in there. It's a little bit blurry, but it's kind of hard with the game sights in game sometimes. I don't know. You've got this cool kind of like purple on white on yellow, or kind of like an off-white on yellow. It really looks like the banana colors, and that's kind of a nice little detail there as well. Let's go ahead and feed him one more time. And there you have it. And since we only have one more gun, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up here. So we've got an M249 for you, and this one is part of the toy collection. So this is the toy machine gun by Little Ranger, and man, this thing, they really took the time to make the pieces look like plastic. Like, especially the front part there's the red where it's, meant to air out the gun, and it really just looks like a piece of plastic put over it now. And it's just amazing how they converted over the metal materials to look so well as, honestly, like a Nerf gun. We'll go ahead and pop a reload there. Even the bullets themselves look like little toy bullets. You gotta love that. So guys, so many things this week, and next week is just as busy. Let's go ahead and, sound off down the comment section below. Let me know which ones you want to see the most and why, and then I'll go round up the glowing weapons for you, and we'll end out the video with that. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay rusty.